Have you ever wondered how your body just knows when to wake up even on weekends? Or how you start to feel sleepy around the same time every night? This internal timekeeper is called a circadian rhythm, and it's not just for us humans. In fact, it's a fundamental feature of life, governing everything from when flowers open their petals to when animals hunt for food. But what if I told you that even the simplest, single-celled organisms on Earth also have this incredible ability to tell time? That's right, we're talking about bacteria. For a long time, scientists thought these microscopic life forms were too simple to possess something as complex as a biological clock. They believed bacteria simply reacted to their environment, like a switch flipping on and off. But groundbreaking research has completely turned this idea on its head. It turns out that bacteria, specifically a type called cyanobacteria, have their very own fully functional 24-hour clocks. So, what exactly is a circadian rhythm? Think of it as your body's master clock. It's a natural internal process that regulates our sleep-wake cycle and repeats roughly every 24 hours. This clock is located in a part of our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN for short. This tiny region receives direct input from our eyes, using light as its primary cue to synchronize our internal time with the outside world. This is why you might feel jet-lagged when you travel across time zones. Your internal clock is out of sync with your new environment. But this clock does so much more than just manage sleep. It influences our hormone levels, our body temperature, our metabolism, and even our cognitive functions. Have you ever noticed that you feel sharper and more focused at certain times of the day? You can thank your circadian rhythm for that. When this rhythm is disrupted, whether from shift work, late-night screen time, or travel, the consequences can be serious. Chronic disruption is linked to a host of health problems, including sleep disorders, metabolic issues, and even an increased risk for certain diseases. This highlights just how crucial it is to maintain a healthy, stable internal clock. Now let's venture out of the human body and into the plant kingdom. If you've ever seen a sunflower tracking the sun across the sky, you've witnessed a circadian rhythm in action. But what's truly fascinating is that plants don't just react to sunlight. They anticipate it. They know when dawn is approaching and begin ramping up their internal machinery for photosynthesis before the first rays even hit their leaves. This predictive ability gives them a competitive edge, allowing them to maximize their energy production from the moment the sun rises. They also use their internal clocks to control processes like flower blooming and leaf movement, timing these events for when they will be most effective, such as attracting pollinators at the right time of day. It is a beautiful example of how life adapts and optimizes its functions according to the planet's daily cycle. For decades, the scientific community believed that such complex timekeeping was reserved for higher organisms like plants and animals. Bacteria were seen as simple reactors, not predictors. But then, a discovery came along that changed everything. Scientists studying cyanobacteria, one of the oldest life forms on Earth, noticed something peculiar. These photosynthetic microbes, which produce a huge amount of the oxygen we breathe, were showing distinct 24-hour cycles in their gene activity, even when kept in constant darkness. This was a bombshell. It meant that cyanobacteria weren't just reacting to light. They had their own internal, self-sustaining clock, ticking away just like ours. This discovery was so profound because it pushed the origin of biological clocks way back in the evolutionary tree, suggesting that the ability to tell time is one of the most ancient and fundamental properties of life itself. So, how does a single-celled organism without a brain or any complex organs manage to keep time? The secret lies in a beautiful and elegant piece of molecular machinery. Inside the cyanobacterium, there are three key proteins: Chi-A, Chi-B, and Chi-C. These three proteins interact in a mesmerizing, self-regulating loop that takes almost exactly 24 hours to complete. Here is a simplified look at how it works. Think of the Chi-C protein as the central gear of the clock. During the day, the Chi-A protein helps to add phosphate groups to Chi-C, winding it up like a spring. As night falls, Chi-C becomes fully wound. This then triggers the Chi-B protein to bind to it, which in turn deactivates Chi-A. Without Chi-A's help, Chi-C slowly starts to unwind throughout the night by removing the phosphate groups. By the time dawn approaches, Chi-C is fully unwound, Chi-B detaches, and Chi-A is free to start the whole winding-up process over again. This simple, three-protein oscillator is the entire clock. It's a masterpiece of biological engineering, a perfect molecular feedback loop that ticks with incredible precision. This core clock then influences the activity of hundreds of other genes in the bacterium, ensuring that cellular processes happen at the most opportune time of day. It's a system so elegant and robust that scientists have been able to replicate it in a test tube, watching the clock tick away outside of a living cell. The discovery of this bacterial clock opens up a universe of possibilities, especially in the field of medicine. Why? Because our bodies are not just us. They are sprawling ecosystems teeming with trillions of microbes, collectively known as our microbiome. These bacteria, living in our gut, on our skin, and throughout our bodies, play a vital role in our health. They help us digest food, produce essential vitamins, and even train our immune system. Now, imagine if these bacteria also have their own circadian rhythms. And evidence suggests they do. Studies have shown that the composition and activity of our gut microbiome fluctuate on a 24-hour cycle. This rhythm is influenced by our own circadian clock and, crucially, by when we eat. This means there's a complex, rhythmic dance happening inside us between our own cells and our bacterial residents. Understanding this dance could be the key to revolutionizing how we treat diseases. For example, let's consider timed medicine, or chronotherapy. We already know that some medications are more effective or have fewer side effects when taken at specific times of the day, because our own body's metabolism and physiology change. Now add the microbiome to this equation. What if the effectiveness of an antibiotic depends not just on our body's clock, but on the clock of the bacteria it's targeting? By understanding the circadian rhythm of harmful bacteria, we could potentially time antibiotic doses for when the bacteria are most vulnerable, for instance, when their cell walls are under construction or when their defense mechanisms are at their lowest point. This could make treatments far more effective, reduce the required dosage, and minimize side effects. Most importantly, it could be a powerful new weapon in the fight against antibiotic resistance, one of the biggest threats to global health today. By hitting bacteria when they're down, we could potentially kill them more effectively before they have a chance to develop resistance. The implications don't stop there. Think about our gut health. The rhythmic activity of our gut bacteria influences our metabolism. Disruptions in these rhythms, caused by things like shift work or erratic eating patterns, are linked to metabolic disorders like obesity and type 2 diabetes. By understanding how to support a healthy, rhythmic gut microbiome, we might develop new strategies to prevent or manage these conditions. This could involve timed probiotics or prebiotics, or specific dietary schedules designed to sync our eating patterns with the natural rhythms of our gut bacteria. It's a shift from just thinking about what asterisk we eat, to also considering when we eat it, and how that timing affects our microbial allies. Furthermore, this research could even impact vaccine development. The effectiveness of our immune response is also under circadian control. Our immune cells are more active at certain times of the day. Since our gut microbiome plays a huge role in training and modulating our immune system, the rhythmic activity of these bacteria could influence how well our body responds to a vaccine. Could we optimize vaccination schedules based on the synchronized clocks of our bodies and our microbes to achieve a stronger, more lasting immunity? The possibilities are truly exciting. From the simplest single-celled organism to the complexity of the human body, the rhythm of life is a universal constant. The discovery that bacteria can tell time is more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a paradigm shift that connects the vast, ancient world of microbes with the future of human health. It reminds us that we are not isolated individuals but complex ecosystems, intricately connected to the rhythms of the world around us and within us. As we continue to unravel the secrets of these tiny timekeepers, we may unlock revolutionary new ways to heal, to optimize our health, and to live in better harmony with the microbial world that is so fundamental to our existence. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the fascinating world of time-telling bacteria. If you found this as mind-blowing as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the wonders of science. Let me know in the comments what you think. Could this be the future of medicine? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.